Three things that you're going to get from this video are going to be to understand what spoofing is in trading, how to identify it, and how to make money from spotting when people are spoofing in the market, because you shouldn't do it yourself. In fact, I don't even think it's legal in the US to spoof, yet the whole market seems to be doing it anyway. However, the point is that you need to understand what spoofing is. So if you're doing any kind of trading and you're looking at the order book and you don't know what spoofing is, that's not going to be good, because you can be one of the people that get sabotaged and tricked over here. Yet, if you understand when spoofing is happening, it can actually be a confirmation that the price is going to continue moving in a certain direction, as just one example. So very quickly, let's look at a real order book. This is Bitcoin to the dollar. So if I want to buy Bitcoin right now, I have to pay $4,200 for it. And if I want to sell Bitcoin right now, I have to sell it at $4,190. And there are 77 Bitcoin available at $4,200 and 30 Bitcoin available at $4,190. So here we have the asks and here we have the bids. Now, technically and typically what happens, and I'm going to use red here for the asks, is if people see that there's a heck of a lot of red up here and very little green, in fact, we'll just use yellow for green because I don't have another color, very little green over here, they're seeing that there's a lot of selling pressure. So what they're expecting is that the price is going to move down, because for the price to move up, you would have to eat away all of these people here on the order book. You'd have to eat through them in order to move the price up. So people would have to take up all these people on their offers and eat it away and keep buying Bitcoin to push the price up. So whenever you're seeing a lot of red and little green, that means there's a lot of sell pressure on the order book. So there's a very big ask wall, but then there's the bid wall, where if that's very big, that's going to be an indicator that price might go up. So just have that in mind as we're going through this quick training. Now, when we go back over here to the presentation, we can see that we have 450 coin available at $10. So this could be any coin. I mean, call it crypto coin or crypto wizards coin. There you go. 450 coin available at $10 and 150 coin available at $9 if I'm selling coin. Now let's pretend that actually the market has been going down, and I'm actually going to be the bad guy here. Why not? I'll be the bad guy. So I'm holding a ton of coin and I want to get rid of it at the highest price possible, because I can see the market's going down, the market's moved against me, and I want to dump my coin as quick as possible. So I don't want to go selling my coin at $9, because that's theoretically right now where I would have to sell my coin at. I want to sell it at $10. So I want to actually move the market, but I want to move the market without having to actually place a trade. I want to fool and trick the market, because I can see right now they're retail traders who are, they're going to be influenced when they see a buy wall happening right now. So what I want to do, going back to our earlier example, is I want to put in a fake buy wall. So I'm going to spoof you by putting in a fake buy wall. Now, how do you see that? How do you see this fake buy wall? Well, what I've done is I've gone and done that. I've gone and put in a bunch of orders at $8 and $7. So you can see the volume available at these levels is much higher. Now, bear in mind, I have no intention of buying coin at these levels. I have no intention, zero intention of buying coin at these levels. And you'll see that at this level, at the 150 mark, we've kept it exactly the same over here. So this hasn't changed at all. But all of a sudden, what you've seen on the second level here and the third level here of the bid wall, or I should say the bids on the order book, sorry, is you've seen a ton of volume come in where someone supposedly, i.e. me, the spoofer, is prepared to buy coin at these levels. And so what does the market do? The market thinks, wow, okay, here we're coming into the end of this downturn now. There's this huge buy wall happening. So what they do is they start buying back and they start buying back in. And what does that do? That eats up this $10 price with 450 coin available. So they actually eat up the price, and that moves price up. Now, immediately as the spoofer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, haha, I tricked you. And so what I'm going to do is actually go and cancel my orders over here. I'm going to cancel them because I don't want them to get filled. Number one, my job is done. And now what I'm going to do, because the price is about to move, is I'm actually going to go and sell my coin over here at $10. So here's where it was before. This is how price is now moved. And now because the bids have moved up, I can sell at this $10 mark over here. And that's exactly what I go and do. So basically the price did this. It went down, then it went up, and now I've started selling off my coins. So probably what's going to happen is it's going to go down again. And so here's the context of what's just happened with the price. I have actually gone and changed the direction of the market temporarily using size that I had no intention on actually trading to get a better price. So I actually got to sell the coin up here at this price, over here, rather than down here, which is where I would have had to sell it before. So my losses are slightly less. So that's really, really interesting. Hey, so here's the interesting part as well. Let's go back to the actual bids and asks, Bitcoin to the dollar, and talk about, well, how can you actually spot this? How can you actually see a spoofer coming in? Now you'll notice here there's this count icon I'm going to click in, and this actually tells me how many orders are available at this price. So for example, if I saw, 10,000 Bitcoin pop in here, and this number here was very low, it was only made up of like 10 orders, I would know that there's either someone wanting to, trade a lot of Bitcoin over here. They're wanting to sell a lot of Bitcoin at this price, or it's a spoofer wanting me to think that the price, that there's this ceiling over here, this big ask wall, and that the price is going to continue moving down. And the same is true over here. If I saw like let's say a low number here in comparison to all the other levels on the order book and a huge number in volume here, now either somebody is desperate to buy this coin or they're spoofing. So you really have to look at this in the context of what's happened with price. If price has been bombing, it's been going down like this, and people are uncertain of what's going to happen, obviously traders are going to want to play on that. They're going to want to move the market and trick the market over there. So you need to be very careful. It's the same if the price has been hammering up. And let's say price has been hammering up, but actually volume has been doing this. It was up, 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 and now it's doing that. So price has been going up, volume's been going down, and yet traders might want to give it that little bit of extra push. And so what they do is they start faking this wall over here. That's one way to spot it. So how would you see it? Well, you would see these bars here get very long, but not here, not on this top level. In fact, if we go back to the presentation a second, you'll notice that this top level here stayed the same. And the reason is because this top level, once you're up here in the queue, your order's likely to get filled. And a spoofer, they don't want their order to get filled. So they place it as close to here as possible, or as close as possible in a way where they can trick the market. So it's this level here that you want to see really spike up and jump up over here to trick people into thinking that there's a lot of volume that would need to get eaten. So maybe there's a lot of buying pressure and the price will go up, or maybe there's a lot of selling pressure and the price will go down. So they really aren't placing it at this level. They're not going to place the order over here, and they're not going to place the order over here because they might get filled. But they will place it here, or they will place it here, depending on what direction they want to influence the market in. So how do you make money off of this? Well, here's the thing. If you are a trader and you are observing the price, you're observing the screen time, etc., and you see an order pop in there, and you see the price move, and then you see the order disappear, you know that this was the spoofer. And so how do you make money off that? Well, what you can do, so going back to our earlier example, price did this, you would have seen price go up. And because you were paying attention, you would have known that the trigger here was this spoofing. It was this over here. You will know that this actually triggered this movement upwards, meaning that you are hyper aware that there's still probably a lot of selling pressure to come in and that the price should go down. So the minute you see this going up and this disappearing, you short it. And you make money as it goes down. And vice versa. This could be completely the other way around, with price going up and then down, and then you want to buy for the price going up. You could do it that way as well. Now, I don't know about you, but I find this really, really interesting. I find spoofing and trading and the order book really interesting. I don't recommend you try spoofing. I don't like it. Number one, I find it dishonest, but hey, this is trading. Also, I think it's illegal in the US and probably other parts of the world as well. But at least you have a good awareness of it. So the trick here is not to make money by riding the direction of the spoofer, because by the way, this spoofer, there could be another bigger trader seeing the spoofer and eating them up, eating up their order over here. So if we look at this order here, a bigger trader could come and eat this up. And the spoofer's like, no, I didn't want to get filled. And their position's filled, and the market then just, it just starts changing direction anyway, because there's still selling pressure. But the point is that you don't want to be the spoofer. But if the spoofer moves the market and disappears, you know there's probably going to be a continuation, and so you trade that. So let me know in the comments if you want more videos on faking, on spoofing, etc. There are a lot of ways of doing manipulation in the markets. And so I'll tell you what, if you want me to do a video on more market manipulation tactics, and there are a lot of them, I'd be happy to do that. Just write, tricks. I don't know, I just made that up, but just write tricks in the comments like this, and I'll look out for those. And if I see enough tricks comments, I will go and make some more videos on all this trickery, all this market manipulation, because it is actually interesting stuff. Until then, take care and talk soon. You want to be a wizard?